Hello. Hey, hey. Oh, you know what? My face is too big, and what do you call it? Control plus, option plus, command plus. There we go. My face is smaller, and the comments are bigger. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I forgot. I promised the people on YouTube, or excuse me, TikTok. Hello, Penny Myers. You've been kicking some butt. Here, let me check. I am curious. Today I did allegedly 13 floors. What is that? The 13 floor elevators or something? Here, let me just tell the people on YouTube. No, TikTok, whatever. Oh, the TikTokers, the rockers, the mod rockers and the TikTokers. Good morning. Hey, Christine. Christine, I bet this is a civilized area for you. And awesome. Awesome stuff. I call this late. Isn't that kind of old-timey of me or old lady-esque of me? Oh, what was that book about your neck? Yay, Christine. Yes, I'm glad you like it. And Cheryl, nice to see you. And Mary. Here we go. This will be me. I see Christine and I see Penny and I see Mary and I see people showing up to my live on YouTube over here, but TikTok over here. Carol Boyette. It is kind of late. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that in here. I'm going to see if I can adjust it so I can see your comments a little. There we go. Oh, no, wait here. I don't need to see my own face. God, I see it all the time. It is kind of late. It is. There we go. Okay. So, hey, Lori Hannah, I was thinking of you the other day. Check me out. Let's see what we have here. You being a badass.
Do what you love. You create your reality. Feed fear a shuck it sandwich.
So Lori Hannah, you guys, we're all sending good vibes to Lori Hannah. She's doing a big declutter step that many of you may be thinking about, and she's actually doing it. She's doing an estate sale. She's doing an estate sale with a combo of her stuff and her parents' stuff that has her parents who have passed, their stuff. It is a big step, and I am so proud of you. Look at where we got you. How awesome is that? Look at where you got you. Here, let me take me out of the mix, okay? So, awesome. There we go. So everybody, and you know what? Feel free. The people on TikTok. This is me. I'm going to totally be screwing up who I'm talking to, like not who I'm talking to, what I call it. Okay. So let's give Lori some positive vibes. It is a big step for her to begin to formally remove the items that she doesn't need anymore. So yay. Here, you know what? I can even do this right now. This is the cool thing that we do on the TikTok, excuse me, or the YouTube live. And let's see if I can do this too, because I now can do things. There we go. That looks like a celebration. That's supposed to be what do you call them? Fireworks and stuff like that. So Irma's giving you some clapping and stuff like that. And Christine is so good. Christine has taken it upon herself, and I love this because this is who I would be if I were not me being like the person who's in the spotlight here, and I got the really cool spotlight right here. I've got the Nelson bubble lamp spotlight, of which I've wanted one for like 50 years, practically 40 maybe. But Christine is on TikTok reminding people on TikTok people to come over to the YouTube channel because that's really where I'm going to hang out. Okay, such good stuff. Okay, so Barbara, I'm glad I found you on TikTok tonight because I can't find you on YouTube. Destination Decluttered. Can you Google it? I bet you can Google it, or not even Google it. Just go on to I can't do it because my interface is different because I'm the content creator. I create content. Okay. Oh, Lori Hannah. Lori Hannah, I was wearing some comfy socks and thinking of you. So Christine's giving you some high fives. And Lori is saying, why not? Why not repeat it? Beth is a great coach. I wouldn't be here without Beth's one-on-one coaching. So thank you. I love that. I am touched by that. Judy Dukes is giving you some yays and thumbs up. So good stuff. Congratulations, my dear. I've been having so much fun with my microphone, but I am totally not going to turn this on. It's hysterical. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Barbara, wicked easy. Okay. This I may know. Okay. So if you go to, and I can do this right now, if you go to youtube.com/@ destination decluttered, you will see right now a goofy picture of me going, I'm singing. And if you click on that, you'll see live. Okay. So try that right now, Barbara. And and if you don't see it there, which you should, but if you go, there's a live tab. There's a tab above. It says home videos, shorts, lives, podcasts, playlists. I don't do all of those, but try that. Ellen says, I just searched in YouTube and it came right up. Okay, good. I highly recommend you be a duckling. Here, I'm going to get one of my ducklings here. Be a duckling. I'm the mama duck, and just hop from okay, here where we are. No, here's the funny thing. I'm trying to get it. There we go. Hop from the TikTok live over to the YouTube live because that's where I'm going to be interacting with people, okay? So Laura Voorhees is saying, I gifted. I love that verb. You guys, use it in a sentence today. What did you gift somebody today? I gifted 2 authentic antique police caps to my former school's drama production. I love that. They were my biological father's, and I feel good about them continuing in stage production, which is how he used them. What a cool. Yes, and oh my God, I was telling my husband that I decided to call it the Bert Nose mic. Yeah, it's my Mr. Microphone. Hey, pretty lady, we'll be back to book you up later. I'm on the radio. I love it. Jingle bells, jingle bells. I mean, if you know, you know. And if you don't know, what I will offer to you is I am a woman of a Gen X age. I am like the OG Gen X. I am right there on the cusp because I sense a difference between my friends who are Generation Jones and older. And I also sense a difference between the Generation X people who are more of like the 70s is. Okay. Carla Jane, right here, the person who gave me my Mr. Microphone because I was talking about it. I hope you're feeling better. There we go. Yes, the ducks do squeak. Does my duck squeak? Yes, it does. Let's see if we got anybody have a dog. Be prepared if you have a dog. Okay. Yes. These are the ducks. I have 2 of them. One's up there that friends of ours gave us because I ended up being one of the mama ducks when we were in Paris a few weeks ago. So yes, Carla Jane, this is when we need to play the game of tenacity. Okay. So, and here, let me see if I can do something real quick here. I just want to focus on YouTube. Carla and I were supposed to coach today. I do one-on-one coaching. In case anybody is unclear about what I do. Okay, you got the cat's attention. I love it. What I want to offer is Carla and I do one-on-one coaching. We are having a really good time. And she too, actually, this is a really interesting thing, Carla. You may want to take a page from Lori Hannah's book. Lori Hannah tomorrow or this weekend is starting hold on, I am really trying hard not to forget words, and so I'm pausing and giving myself grace until I find them. She is doing an estate sale. I could picture the E, right? And she is doing an estate sale because both of her parents have passed, and she and her siblings inherited that house full of stuff. She got an estate sale company involved. She is starting those estate sales, and not just one, but multiple ones. Um, this weekend. It's been a journey, and she's starting it. So I'm just offering Carla, um, that may be something that benefits you. Okay. Hey, Judy Dukes. I'm first time I've been able to be on a live this week. You just make me smile. Thank you. You're welcome. Yay. Yeah, and it is a lot of work, but it is helpful. I will say this. I help people, but man, the people who are the boots on the ground, the people who are actually there in the houses setting up the stuff to get it sold, those people are doing good stuff. Okay. Now, people who are showing up on TikTok, I'm getting better at it. Please know, I am showing up temporarily. I really honestly feel bad for the people who, when I see people say they've started following me on TikTok, that I'm not there anymore. I'm not. I'm not actively adding any content. I am showing up this week on both places, both TikTok and YouTube Live, to remind TikTok people that the best place to interact with me is on YouTube now. Okay. Be daring and hop over to the other change the channel. Again, notice I'm Gen X. I do the thing where I'm turning the the channel, like when you had to turn the channel that way. Okay. Um yeah, it's so funny. So here, I'm just kicking off some shoes, right? So Carla and I were supposed to coach today. We do one-on-one coaching, and my one-on-one coaching is an hour a week, for 10 weeks in a row, thereabouts, at the same bat time and the same bat channel. We rescheduled. I am super casual about rescheduling. As long as you get in touch with me beforehand, we reschedule. And we decided to reschedule today because she had a tree fall over, break part of her nice white fence, and then she made an appointment for people to come and give her an estimate. Okay. The people who made the estimate, who said they would make it, never came. I don't like people like that. This is a thing I use. It is, we get two Carlas. We got Carla Luton and we got Carla Jane. The Carla, meet the Carlas. Maybe your neighbors. Here's a phrase I use often. I think I got it when I was working, I don't know, maybe at Pier 1 Imports back in the 70s and 80s, or 70s. I'm not that old, in the 80s and 90s. Career moves made daily. What does that mean? It means people are judging you about what you do and how you show up. When people do not show up, I take note because I am really wanting to trust people. That's why I show up 8 a.m., 8 p.m. here. I'm usually not a nighttime person. I have been waiting up to do this YouTube live. Okay. And they do have so many people to help. I get that. And that is really nice. Christina, nice to see you. Awesome. Oops, excuse me. I see. This is the thing. I like to futz with things with my hands. I want to make sure I'm not squeaking this in case somebody's dogs or cats do this. But in the meantime, prepare your dogs and cats here. And then I'm going to put it away so I don't do it. Okay. Now, here's my suggestion. I would rather somebody say, I've got a lot of people in line and it may be a while until I get to you, but I promise I will get to you, versus kind of what I, again, call, and this is a good one, over promising and under providing. You thought you might be able to do it. You don't want to disappoint it, you know? But what I want to also say is I would rather somebody be honest with me, say, I've got a lot of people in line ahead of you. So I would love to get in touch with you when I can actually come over because Carla and I could have coached today. We could have. We texted back and forth. We've rescheduled. It is fine. Okay. Yeah. Yes. I love it. Laura Voorhees keeps track of people who blow me off for my free gift economy in my community. You are being watched. And I don't mean in the creepy way that hopefully will not come up because we've got enough um, you know, 1984 action happening already. Okay. So so I offer to you, be impeccable with your word. That's not me. That's the Carlos guy from the four thingies. It's late. The four truths or the four things that you commit to. Be impeccable with your word. Awesome sauce. Katie Clayton. I know Katie's and I know people with the last name Clayton. I love it. The four agreements. Thank you, everybody. The four agreements. Be impeccable with your word. If you can't do it, be kind to the other person and let them know you can't do it. It really is a good book. I have it actually. What's funny? My phone's in the way here. Sorry, TikTok people. TikTok people. Seriously, it is a pleasant surprise, Hannah, because I'm not supposed to be on YouTube, TikTok. I'm not showing up there anymore. So if you want to interact and see me every day that I do a live, I'm doing them on YouTube. Destination Decluttered on YouTube. So I'm going to move you guys for a sec and see that that right there is a suitcase. I don't use that suitcase anymore because I travel so much and I want one that is let me see that. Yeah, I want a suitcase. There we go. I want a suitcase that is very discreet, very demure, very mindful. Okay. And what I've decided to do though is why the hell not? I have a lot of my really good like coaching books that I keep in there. Now I keep them in there because I know that they're there and sometimes they don't look good. I want stuff that looks good on my shelves. And do you notice too? All these it's backwards, but all these boxes here, this is stuff from my basement that's coming up. I'm decluttering my basement. Okay. Oh, you know what? I never sent my little things to Lori Hannah. Here, Laurie Hannah. It was delayed, but that was what I meant to send you. I forgot to hit something. Okay. And Christine, you are a dear. You are, and not a deer in the headlights. Okay. Um, and what I want to offer to you is here we are. We're here tonight. It's about 8:18 in the evening, East Coast time. In case we haven't met before, both people on YouTube and people on TikTok. My name is Beth. I am a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Okay. I help people with their clutter. I do not go to your house and organize it. It's not efficient because what I have discovered, I used to do that. But what I realized is it doesn't matter. I do not need to be near your clutter to help you with it because what you need help with is not moving it. Heck, need help moving my clutter. There's been some totes down the basement that I said to my husband, "Can you help me with this? This is too heavy." Okay? What I realized people really need help with is the heavy lifting of how they think about your clutter, how you think about your clutter, and how that makes you feel. Because how you think about your clutter and how you feel about your clutter equals what you do about your clutter. Okay. Now, all righty. Now, there's only one guy here that does it, small town America. Yep, I get you. I get you, my dear. I am blessed in the fact, well, you know what? If you like that guy who does the estate sales, maybe you can work with them, but if you don't like them, don't do it. Seriously, people, don't work with people you don't like. Don't work with people you don't like. I mean, that's why I show up. I show up to do these, honestly, so you get to know me. getting to know you, getting to know all about you. Well, not all about you. I've got my privacy, I've got my boundaries, my roadblocks. But right there, one of the things you found out about me is that I tend to burst out into song. Another thing you find out about me is I get all goofy and I'll pick up this microphone, even though I'm not going to turn it on. And then my husband put because my husband's a musician, I had him pick up what do you call it? This is a windscreen. And I specifically wanted orange, not because it's one of my favorite colors. And it's a chakra color, I noticed, I learned today or this week in yoga, but because the Mr. Microphone circa 1980 something from Ronco had the same thing. It was a little bit different, but Carla sent me this and I just freaking love it. So I tend to pretend I'm on a Ronco commercial. This is me. This is what cracks me up because if you're having fun, it makes it easier to get stuff done. Okay? Hey, here's a really good thing. I feel like I want to amplify it, so I'm going to pick up the microphone to amplify it. All right? Now, and that's totally chakraing, right? Carla says, on a good note. We love the good notes. Okay? On a good note, I have about 8 bags headed to donations this week. Rock on, Carla. 8 bags is a wicked lot of bags. That's another thing you're finding out about me is that I'm from Boston originally, or the Boston suburbs. I'm not going to pretend to be from the city. I'm from the burbs, but God, do I still say wicked? Also got a call today. Someone wants to buy all of the cookbooks. They are starting as consignment books. You will come and get them. Carla, good stuff. We're giving you some high fives. That's awesome. That's amazing. That must feel so good, you know? No wonder we get along so well, Carla. You had one and used to sing all day. I love it. Yes, I tend to. I tend to break into song. I always break into song. Yes, I know. Isn't Carla a sweetie? But you know, Christine, you're an awesome client as well. You're there like a flounder like I am. One eye over here and one eye over there. So thank you very much. I got good, like I hang around with good people. I would like to think I must be doing something right. And this is not about me, but I attract such good clients. So I just offer to you, if you're interested in me being your one-on-one coach, sign up for my mailing list. But you don't have it. I don't even feel like selling tonight. Okay, let's just hang out. It's at night. Okay. Okay. Katie Clayton. Yes, for those of you who celebrate, I believe it is Ash Wednesday. Okay, I remember Ash Wednesday because I grew up Catholic, and so today's Ash Wednesday, which means that we're in Lent, the season of denial, and Friday allegedly you're not supposed to eat meat, and what I Katie Clayton is saying I'm giving myself a goal to declutter each day during Lent. Okay, now I love that. I love kind of an excuse to get something done that's kind of an external overlay, like a weekend or things like that. So, Katie, I think that's a great plan. So maybe anybody who is celebrating that type of thing, you might want to use Lent, 40 days until Easter, April, June, and November, you know? Yeah. So if you want to do that, here's something that's been helping me setting your timer. Okay. Now I shake my timer right there, but really I use the timer on my phone. So, Katie, this might help. Just say to yourself, I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes every day of Lent, and I am just going to declutter something. You can be very structured about it. Do not get me wrong, but you can just say, I'm going to declutter for 20 minutes a day, because that has really helped me show up to go down our cellar and start to move things up to the living level, because we need to do something with our basement floor. And in order to do that, we need to move everything from our basement. Hence, damn it, I moved the wrong direction. Hence, some of these boxes, you may see things more piled up in here. Um, we've lived here in our house for 20 years. There's 20 years worth of accumulation. We've been decluttering along the way, especially these past 5 years. Oh, I love it. Carla Lawton is saying I set timers and listen to books on tape. It really helps. Now I love it. Jackie Condon, I love it. Missed you. Always sad when I saw YouTube lives and such. Jackie Condon, I am on YouTube right now. Hop over. Say hi over here. This is where I chat with people. I'm just kind of say, you know, I'm just there we go. Not sure how long you'll be on anytime you do. Okay. Um, so what I want to offer is here's where I hang out now. I love it too because frankly, it's a smaller, cooler group of people. So good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, I love it. Penny Myers. And this actually, let me offer this. Getting the word out about Destination Decluttered is helped by people who do interact with the videos that even I've posted. So you can interact with a live that was already recorded, and that I believe helps. Penny did interact, and she accomplished so much. I love it. So good to see some familiar faces here. Let me see what we got going on here. All sorts of good stuff. All sorts of good stuff. But enough about me. Enough about me. How about you? Did you do something today? I put this on the top of a list of things to do the other day. If I hadn't already done 90% of the stuff and crumpled it up and put it in the recycle bin, I would show you. It said, I will feel better tonight before I go to bed if I get some of these things done today. And I listed just a bunch of random things. And let me ask you this. Have you done stuff today that makes you feel good? No matter how small. No matter how small, they all count. I did. Today was just one of those days where coaching wasn't working for a number of my clients, so we rescheduled. But you know what I did? I won't get to whatever. See all this stuff right here, and they're all just bullet points. I did this, I did that, I did the other thing. I got a lot of good stuff done today, and I feel good about going to bed tonight. I love it. That one persona. Nice to see you again. Decluttering our spatulas. Are you hanging out with me? Have you? My sister and I laugh about decluttering spatulas because it's true. You know, it's true. Sometimes you have too many spatulas. One thing I decluttered today that I will share with you is this. Let me tell you a story of my decluttering. Okay. I love it. Let me just shut up myself up to talk about other people. Natalie hasn't updated her YouTube live notifications, and she should do that now. Feel free to do it now. To be very clear, I will be here for the next 32 minutes, so I am not going anywhere. I believe you can do it on a like station to station basis. So like you can go to your subscription to me and say like allow notifications. Okay. No spatula crisis here. I love it. Laura is saying, I'm getting the dishes done before bed. It feels so much better when I walk in the kitchen in the morning. Ah. And I'm so glad to have gifted the hats today. They've been loitering. Oh, what a good verb. They've been loitering in my family room for a while, and now they won't nag me. Yes, notice the loitering naggers in your rooms. Katie did one load of laundry. Weekdays are challenging for me, but I'm sticking to it no matter how small. We've got laundry I almost said laundry in the dishwasher. I guess technically you put laundry in the dishwasher, but we've got laundry in the washing machine and it's going to go in the dryer. It's going to go in the dryer as if it goes magically. My husband, God willing, is going to put it in the dryer so that we can finish packing tonight because we leave tomorrow for an unexpected Thursday adventure and then a planned weekend jaunt. So, what I want to offer to you is you still have the opportunity to do something right now that's going to make you feel good when you go to bed. Okay? So, um, I suggest that you feel free. You don't need to look at the screen. All I do is kind of wave my hands around and point at things. And because this camera's opposite of the others, I'm inevitably pointing. Um, okay. Oh, interesting. Now, this is an interesting thing I've never heard of. And this is the wonderful thing about social media is that we are connecting over the states. Now, I'm in Pennsylvania, originally from Massachusetts, and I met my husband who was from Delaware um, in California. And then I ended up moving to Delaware. Um, so I have that in me too. So EP Wesley is offering here in Michigan, it costs more to do laundry between 3 and 7. So she got two, or they, excuse me, got 2 loads done this morning. And I said they because I wasn't sure. I'm going to take a sip. You can drink more water before you go to bed and feel good about it. Yes, you may need to get up in the middle of the night to pee. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. Okay. So, um, Carla Dane took a shower, found a return receipt, unloaded my car with things that needed to be taken out. Awesome. You know what I did is I moved more things up from the basement. I actually noticed a quantity of items, much like spatulas, that like um I at one point used. Not every day. It was only maybe 2 days of the year. 2 days of the year that I use these items, but we don't really even use them anymore. This is for all the vintagey people or the people of a certain age. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If I hadn't already put 2 of them or 3 of them in the garage to go to the Goodwill, and one of them away because I wanna save it, and the other one is actually a rolling cart, which I think is so cool. Anybody remember those Salton warming trays? It's got a piece of thick glass, and it usually has, like, a little white line through it, and it looks like fake, the simulated wood grain, as Marcy Playground maybe said, right? And you plug them in, and it warms up your stuff. Well, at one point in the past, my husband and I would have a number of parties where we would invite people over and we would make things that would be taste better if they stayed warm. Primarily a kickin' chicken dip that my friend Pete, who is now sadly departed, gave us the recipe for. That was prior to COVID, and even before, excuse me, even right before COVID, we had, instead of doing 2 parties a year, we would have kind of solstice parties. We'd have like a Christmassy one and then a June one. Even then, we had knocked it down to just 1 party. And then after COVID, we stopped having them, and now we do entertain, but we entertain with fewer people. So I don't need as many salt and warming trays. Okay, yes, they are workhorses, people. They are. Some of the ones I have easily are older than me, and they work like a charm. But here's the thing that I notice, and so you might notice this too. And thank you, Christine, for helping the people show up at YouTube. Okay. So I looked at the quantity I had. I had 5 of them, and I realized I don't need that many. I ended up keeping 2 of them. Now, knowing they're good things and they might be used or they might be beneficial to somebody, I asked my sister if she would want one. She would want any of them. I took a picture and I literally said, so this is something I recommend to you. If you have something that you no longer want and you think somebody you know might want it, snap a photo. It doesn't have to be a good one. Snap a photo and text the photo to them and offer them first dibs and allow them to say no because you've had another plan if they don't want it. So I said to my sister, hey, would you like these salt and warming trays for yourself or to sell? If not, no biggie. Before I donate them, I wanted to give you first dibs. And she said, no, I've tried to sell them before. It doesn't work. We're good. So I felt better giving them to the Goodwill, which is basically where I got them anyway. All right. So I offer to you, when you have multiples of kind of the same thing, each one of these was slightly different. Slightly different. Each one of them was slightly different, but they were different. But they were all the same. They all performed the same function. So I got them all together and I said, do I need this quantity? And the answer was no. So I offer to you a lesson from my book. Okay. So another lesson for me, and then I promise that, first of all, never mind me, I have another story to tell. However, I want to hear from you. Are you feeling good about what you did today? If not, you still have time to do it. And if you're stuck with something clutter-wise, if something is stopping you from doing something between now and your bedtime to feel good, put it in the comments on YouTube and I'll help you out. Okay? Hey, congratulations, Carla. You moved out of your house after 35 years. That's awesome. I hope to stay in this house 35 years. That's only 15 years from now. We really love our house. And one of the things we're doing is we're taking care of it and our stuff. So yeah, this is why I show up to help you with clutter, because I used to collect things like nobody's business. I was Jay. Yes, I'm never on YouTube, on TikTok anymore. I'm on YouTube now, literally and metaphorically. Okay. And what I want to say to you was, what was it? Oh, this was kind of funny. I had the luck. I am so lucky to have such awesome friends. Yesterday, I had lunch in real time with a friend who lives locally, and I did a Zoom with two of my gal pals who live up in Massachusetts. And my friend that I had lunch with, I mentioned to her about decluttering and moving things out of the basement. She said, "Oh, that's funny. I can picture your basement with all sorts of vintage clothing, all the stuff you used to sell." And I was like, "Yeah, like that place was chock-a-block full, you know? That place was chock-a-block full. But now it's different, and I like it that way because some of the stuff in there was just taking up space, you know?" And so I just offer to you the idea of, just because you've owned some things for decades, you can still change your mind at a moment's notice and do something different with it. Okay. I did this. Oh, I just saw something. Oh, hey, Penny Myers, you ordered your pair eyewear. I love it. I love it. That's where I got these. And that's where I got like my everyday glasses. I used to have the little things that made these look black, and I lost them on vacation. But I do have the sunglasses. They're more for like at the beach because they're kind of dark. But good on ya. I love it. I love it. Oh, I love that. And this might be something we all keep in mind. Katie is offering. I've really been keeping in mind something I said a few weeks ago. It says, I'm pretending. Pretending is imagination and pretending is playing. Kids do this. Okay. And I just want to offer, she's pretending I'm downsizing to move overseas. Yeah. I will say this, the way things are going in this country, could be. One thing I noticed too, even just in the stuff I decide to keep, is how I pack it. Because I often say, make sure you put things in boxes that you can lift yourself. I had a few totes that were heavier than I thought getting them up the stairs. If we had a flood down there and I wanted to get that stuff up out of the flood, I would need help with it, you know? And so I offer to you, pack things in boxes that are easily movable. So some of the big totes that I have, I will probably graduate things into the ones that are like the half size. They're the same width, right? But they're going to be half as wide, so they'll be lighter, you know? So yes, pretend you're moving. I totally was able to declutter and make this room and other rooms in our house feel better by pretending we were moving to our dream house in Palm Springs, California. And I would say to myself, I would pick up an item and I say, can I imagine myself decorating with this decorating my Barbie dream house in California with this? And if the answer was no, a pretty clean no, into a get you don't, move it along box it went. Okay. Now, I'm just going to hop over here for a sec because Can It Just Be? It says I've been struggling with letting things go, but recently have been blessed with a house fire. The soot that settled makes me look at things differently now, and I can let so much go now. So, yeah, sometimes you're going to get a deus ex machina, as they would say, something unexpected that's going to force you to do some decluttering. But I don't want to have to be forced to do it. I'm doing a little bit at a time, and it's feeling really good because I'm starting prior to being motivated by urgency. Okay. So think about that. Sometimes we wait for something to be urgent, but then we tend to do things a bit more in a panic. You know? Yeah. Looking at your storage by ease of carrying. Yes, I thought it was better when I was just shuffling them around in the cellar. But when I had to move them up the stairs, I hope it worked on my like weight training and going up the stairs. It better have burned some calories, right? But it really helped. But I want to share a story too of one of the things I decluttered today. So remember I said, because this may help you out. I hope my stories help you. I don't tell them just to talk about myself. Frankly, I would get bored hearing about me, but I think this will help you. So the other day I was looking at the accumulation of photo albums that I have been lugging around with myself for the past 40 plus, 30 to 40 years and thereabouts. Now, you may have remembered earlier when I was talking about earlier a few weeks back about some brown ones that I did. Those were from high school and college. Well, I happened to pull one out and it was from 1995. Carla Jane. Oh, good. Carla Jane. The fence guy is still hanging out with Carla, and she's an hour different from East Coast. So maybe awesome. Yay. Good on ya. Yay, he's showing up. Good, Carla. I'll talk to you next week, my dear. Or maybe tomorrow and the next day. Where was I? Sicily. Before the war. So I happened to notice that one of my here, and I can even give visuals. One of my photo albums, I had at some point, so I knew what it was. London '95. That was it. London '95. That was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, people. Holy for Jolies. Then I opened it up, and no lie, London, England, March 7th to the 14th, 1995. One of the very first, and I was like, I don't know, honest to God, when the last time it was that I even looked at those pictures. It probably was easily 30 years ago. And yet I've been dragging them along with me thinking I need to keep this whole thing. It's evidence. Remember we talked about how paper things are often, we save things as evidence of something, as proof of something. This was paper proof. This was something about this big that was paper proof that I went to London in 1995. That was a big deal for me 30 years ago. So I opened up that box. I opened up that thing. And what did I see? I'll show you right now. Where's the cute picture I found? It wasn't of me because I was the one taking the pictures. And I was taking black and white photos at the time because I was trying to be artsy. So here, I'm going to show you a wicked cute photo. Okay. Oh, so check this out. They won't mind. See this? Those are two of my friends that I went to London with. These two ladies, I was these two ladies I was on a Zoom with yesterday. I am so lucky to have friends that I still am friends with. I never would have seen, I haven't seen this picture in 30 years. I was delighted when I saw it. You know what I did? I immediately grabbed my phone, centered it, tried to not have a glare. I took a picture of it and I sent it to the both of them. They were delighted to see pictures of themselves 30 years younger. We walked down memory lane. And what I want to suggest to you too is then once I took those and I took them out, I took it out of the little sleeve. And then I realized, do I need all these photos? You know, the answer was no. I started looking at these photos and it's like, here's a picture, right? I don't even know who this guy is. Why do I have a picture of a stranger? Why have I been lugging this around? So I put that in the to go pile. Okay. And I went through that whole thing. I walked down memory lane and I took pictures. Okay. I was able to replace my memories of this with, instead of having it be this big, I literally am going to have an envelope about this big and some written notes about what we did, you know? So I share with you, even if, first of all, when you declutter, let me be very clear, when you declutter, it doesn't mean you need to get rid of everything or even anything. Decluttering is giving yourself an opportunity to make a decision based on who you are now and who you want to be in the future. Do I now or in the future want to own this stuff? Okay. So, couple things real quick. Harville 755, Heather, having a hard time with Mama's ceramics and paintings. Donate if no one wants them. Yes. Yes. People talking about the Pair eyewear. Let me be very clear with this. I can help you with this in like 2 seconds. Pair eyewear does not give you the lenses for existing frames. They will sell you the lenses and the frames. They'll sell you the glasses. Okay. You take a picture of your prescription, you send it to them. They will make the glasses for you. I hope that helps. Okay. That one persona, I do have an idea. Any ideas of how to dispose of old electronics? No Best Buy close by, and husband didn't like the idea of putting it in the garbage. And I love the fact that your husband didn't like the idea of putting it in the garbage, because we've already polluted the planet enough. So here's a couple of things. You've got an old printer to get rid of. Now, Penny Myers is offering some high schools, take them for students to work on. You might want to investigate that. Now, this is where me being the coach to people across the country, this is where I like to say your mileage may differ. Notice how when I was talking to Carla Jane, and I suggested, because she is trying to declutter her mother's home. Her mother passed, and her mother later in life had hoarding tendencies. I suggested that she might be able to get an estate sale company to work with her. Now, Carla lives in Alabama. I live in Pennsylvania. So she's like, there's only one local guy. That one persona is saying no Best Buy close at hand. So this may be something. I don't know if it is, but I literally just got a notification of it today. I didn't get a notification. I just happened to be on the website of where I live. And here's an arcane. Does anybody know what a burro is? And I'm not talking about a donkey. I live in not a town. Maybe I live in the town, but I live in an area called a borough. So I was on the borough website trying to figure out how to pay some local taxes. And I saw a thing about an electronics recycling event. Cannot hurt that one persona to look at your local government agency to see if they have an electronics thing happening. Okay. And that might be a thing. It's actually like a household hazardous waste thing. Now, actually mine, I stand corrected. I just opened it up. That's for household hazardous waste. It's not for electronics, but we've had those. Okay. You live in a borough. Okay. I love it. Yes. Yay. The other thing is too, if there's not a Best Buy close by, maybe I am all about inventing a road trip. You give me a destination and I will make that into a road trip. So what I want to offer is, even if there's not a Best Buy near you, could you make a fun plan to do a road trip to that Best Buy and do some fun things along the way? Could you make it worth your while and take a good look at everything else that's around your house and say, what other kind of electronics do we have to donate? Okay, yeah, we have a we have a county-wide cleanup, but it goes to the landfill. Nerds. So I would do to be like, well, where is Best Buy? When can we schedule it? Maybe we'll have lunch somewhere that we like. Maybe we'll stop somewhere along the way. So try that. It might help. But please, please, when I say I'm not going to declutter shame anybody. If you decide to throw it in the trash, that's your decision. But if you are feeling like you would feel better if you disposed of it properly, and you could then do a decluttering, doing decluttering in a way that makes you feel good is really a thing. I think that's a good thing. Okay. So, everybody, take a look at your local community's website. Our representative, one of our representatives, put out a thing, and I get her emails. Um, and she is doing a shredding event. She's doing a shredding event. Now, do I have a lot to shred? No. But I know that we recently changed our wills, and we have the old one, and so maybe, like, when I go up to my mother's house this weekend and she has more stuff that needs to be shredded, I'll bring that home. I'll bring it with me. I'll put my wills in there, the old ones, and then I'll bring it to the shredding event. So notice that one persona. We also have a TV that doesn't work. Make an event of it. Have some fun. Visit some friends. Spend an overnight somewhere. Like, make it a thing, so that you get that stuff in the right place. You know, um, and be prepared. Somebody's offering. Sometimes Best Buy has a small fee. Pay the small fee. You know. So, couple of ideas. Couple of ideas. Holy Moses, you guys. I've just noticed that it's 8:52. We've got 8 minutes left. These evening TikTok lives and YouTube lives, I'm on YouTube, okay? If you guys want to hang out and really be where the action is, get on my mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com. Then you get the schedule, so you know when I'm showing up. And psst, people on the mailing list, I will be updating the secret page tonight with more YouTube live dates from now until, hold on, because I worked on it this afternoon, at least Friday, March 28th. So if you want to plan on hanging out with me. Now, one thing I am making kind of consistent, which is very unusual for me, but it seems to be working, is let me just finish my sentence because I get easily distracted. These evening TikTok, YouTube lives were based on a response from people on my mailing list, that not everybody can get to the ones that I do in the morning, and the morning ones are at a variety of times. For now, it is working out for me, and it seems to be working out for you guys too, that Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern seems to be working out. So I have continued to schedule for the next many weeks where I'll be around on a Wednesday, a YouTube live on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern. The other ones typically are bouncing around sometime in the morning, the early afternoon, that type of thing. We also have some declutter parties coming up. And here's the thing I want to offer to the people on the mailing list. If the times of my declutter parties are not working for you and you really want to show up for one, and the only thing that's stopping you is when I have scheduled them, please let me know. That one persona got in touch with me, and we are talking about mixing it up for the month of April. So if you can think of a time and a day of the week that would feel easy for you to hang out and do some decluttering and really work on a decluttering project that you might be dragging your heels on, let me know. Don't tell me in the comments. I will not remember. Okay? But get on the email, okay? You know how to email me. See, there we go. EP Wesley. There we go. I love it. This is when I want to amplify things. Now, here's a funny thing. So, yes, get on my website, get on my mailing list, my mailing list. Like I own it, but it's with me. It's how we communicate. And let me know what's going to help you. If it's a different day or time, let me know. I'm flexible. I can change it if enough people want. Okay? So notice that. Now, here's some cool things that I want to share with you. So Carla Luton says, "My mom passed in November. I am so sorry to hear that. I am. And I was able to take her nicer clothes." Oh, it just bopped away. Hold on. This is actually one thing I like about YouTube better than uh, um, TikTok is I have control over the scroll of the comments. Yes, and actually, speaking of TikTok, it's telling me I've got to go soon. Um, all right. So Carla is saying, "My mom passed in November, and I was able to take her nicer clothes to a vintage clothing store. They cried when I made that donation. I felt like I honored her by that." Yeah. Vintage selling people are cool people. They get the value of stuff, and especially old stuff and sentimental stuff. So notice how those things can make you and others feel. I think that's really cool that you did that, Carla. Thank you for sharing. That's really cool. Um, Now, I love this. It can also never hurt to ask for what you want, and you may get it. So Joanna Gales is saying, "I mentioned needing to find a home for a Ninja 8 in one." I don't know what that is, but I trust you. So I mentioned and wanting to find. I'm just going to change the verb to wanting to find a home for a Ninja 8 in 1. I want a home for this Ninja 8 in 1. And I put it out there to the universe via just me mentioning it to my sister. Joanna says, "I mentioned it to my sister on a phone call. She said she'd take it as what they were using was giving up. Such an easy, unintended transfer. And now she can visit her sister." I did the same thing. I have some stuff I'm giving my sister when I leave for New England tomorrow. Okay. Farm girl, nice to see you. And notice this power of figuring out what you want and just putting it out there to the universe. Okay. You can do that by articulating it to somebody. You never know who may need what you are happy to let go of. Okay. Now, I'm going to be turning off TikTok now. So, TikTok people, if you like what you're hearing, I will not be showing up on TikTok a lot in the future. Please do not follow me there because you're just going to be sadly disappointed. Hop over to YouTube. That's my new home. Okay. I will see you guys later. Bye. Now, over to us over here is I am so organized. But even when you're organized, let me be very clear. Talk about organized, okay? Organization takes up space. See all this stuff right here? Look at this one. Look at that one. That is literally just little pieces of paper and ephemera that I have saved over the past 20 to 30 to 50 years. It's curated. It was the last time I put it in the box, but when was the last time I even opened those boxes? Probably the year I put it in the box. And each one of these, you notice, has a label. That was the year I put it in the box because I wanted to go through it someday. And I didn't necessarily bring all of these up because I decided to just go through them all today. No, we are getting work done in the basement, but this is a perfect opportunity for me to see what I have. And yet, you can be organized and still have a lot of stuff that maybe you don't need. Organizing your photos into a photo album is organized, yes. But then if you don't look at it for 30 years, you look at, then you go through it, you may have like a whole bunch you don't want and a much smaller amount that you do want. And then you share them with people. So even in the midst of being able to think of the size of the space that your clutter is taking up and the weight of your clutter, this little pile of photos that I still may get rid of some more of them takes up less space and is light, excuse me, is lighter in weight than a photo album. I am going to be going through each one of these boxes. Now, these boxes will not change shape, but there may be less stuff in them, so they'll be lighter. Also, I know for a stone cold fact that there were years that I had 2 boxes of stuff because I was really into kind of, this is what I call evidence of a life well lived. Okay. And they may not be taking up any less room. They may be lighter. I may be able to combine certain years, so it's going to be a fun adventure. Now, I love this. This is a really cool idea. Yay. Laura Voorhees, let's slap our hands together. A job well done. Laura says, I'm glad to wrap up my day hearing your encouraging voice. Dishes done. Hands, slap, 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 clap, right? Now, speaking of playing with your toys, going through your stuff, here's a really cool thing that Penny is offering that I think is awesome. My daughter looks through her baby album every year on her birthday. That's a cool idea. I have a baby album in that closet right there. My mom made it for me. It takes up a lot of room. It's been around for 57, 58 years. I am going to look through it and honestly decide, do I really need to keep that whole thing together? Well, who am I saving it for? Now, I'm kind of saving it for me, but I don't have children to hand it down to. Do I want my nieces and nephews to have to struggle with what to do with Auntie Beth's giant, photo album when she was born after I've passed? No. So I decide what I want to do with it. And one of the things that I think of is, how can I make this easier for me in case I want to move away? And how do I make this easier for me on the off chance that the next time I go up in a plane, because there's no FAA, I crash and burn, and my nieces and nephews in their late teens and early 20s, and my sisters, and my mother, and who else is around who's going to be grieving me, I don't want to make it any more difficult for them to empty out my house. Yes, I could leave them a note and tell them they could ditch it. I've already there's a blanket statement of, there are very few things that I feel it's important to be carrying along in the family, but it barely is like a tote's worth of stuff. However, the blanket statement is, if you want it, truly want it, take it, it's yours, no big deal. But if not, just the easiest way you can get rid of it. Do not have anything hanging on you. Okay. So I just offer that. And you know what I just realized too? This is so funny. I got into that thing and I totally blew past 9:00. So that being said, you guys, it's 9:03. I say to myself, I'm not a night owl, and these evening YouTube lives are a thing. But obviously, I'm having a pretty good time here. So I'm going to sign off momentarily. Okay. I just want to wrap things up so everybody knows. A couple of things. One is, I will be doing a TikTok or a YouTube live tomorrow. It's on my schedule. I will be doing one on Friday, and then I've got a couple of days off. It's called the weekend. I will return next week and do some YouTube lives. Then there's going to be a break, and then there's going to be more YouTube lives. And we've got 4 more decluttering parties coming up: the weekend of the 22nd and 23rd, and the weekend of the 29th and 30th. If you are interested, the tickets are on the special page. You know what to do. Shake it, shake it like this isn't a Polaroid picture, but I know I've got some shake it like a corduroy teacher, as my husband thought it was. Shake it like you know what to do. Sign up, get your tickets, sign up and show up and have some fun. Okay. Always a pleasure to see the familiar names. Christine, thank you for doing such a good job wrangling some of the ducks, quack, quack, over on YouTube, TikTok. I sincerely appreciate that. Everybody, sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Okay. I hope you have sweet dreams today. Go to bed and think of all the good things you did today, no matter how small. Really set up your brain to feel good of all the good things you did. You smiled at somebody who smiled back. It wasn't as cold out. I saw some crocuses. I put a book in a free library. I made a plan to meet with my neighbor tomorrow, whatever they are. Fill your life and your head with all of the good little things that you make happen. Okay. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to plan on having some sweet dreams. I'm going to get up wicked early because I promised myself I'd go to a strength training class. And I will see you all in the morning if you decide to show up. If you want to know what time, actually, you know what? I'll just tell you because it's just us. Thursday, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern. I will be here on YouTube. I am actually going to hop off here and then update the secret page with the additional lives that I have. Okay. So, oh, look at that. That bee is adorable. See, there's many good things about the fact that we switched over to YouTube, and using all those little fun little emojis is one of them. But I'm going to sign off now. You guys, good night, good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Good night.